What's going on today? We're going to talk about how to create a sales process, but the thing that you need to do before you create the sales process is to build a brand. And I'm going to give you some examples of that. Hey, this is Glendon Cameron, founder of Hustlers Kung Fu University, where your real financial education begins. So today, we're going to talk about building that brand because let me explain to you how most people create a sales process. Let's say they have a widget like this iPhone case. They go ahead and invest in the widget. They even order copies of the widget. And then, after doing all that, they begin to put together a selling process. They begin to try to unload this puppy. And they find it to be very, very challenging. Unless they almost give it away, it's hard to sell. And part of the reason it's like that is they fail to build a brand. When you build a brand, you do a lot of research. And I'm going to give you an example of a brand that I'm building. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Let's see. Let me go here. And this is really interesting how this is coming to be. So let's see. I sold all of my Bitcoin. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a little tour into my world. What you got to do is, for anything, Instagram, Facebook, you got to stay very tight to your brand. You got to be really on it. That's strange. And you have to stay true to it. So let's go back to the case of this wallet or this iPhone case holder. It's just a piece of brown leather, but let's see if you can see that. Apple has their logo on it, and Apple has their branding experience. Everything they sell is in a plain, very easy to open, very simple packaging. That's part of branding. Now, if you're going to do branding, excuse me, part of your branding accent piece is a lot of research. Going back to Digital Citizen and the Bitcoin thing and the cryptocurrency. I don't have any Bitcoin anymore. But for those of you who want to buy Ripple, you actually have to have Bitcoin and convert that to buy the Ripple. And if I had known that, I wouldn't have sold all of it, because I now have to buy some Bitcoin to make my purchase of Ripple. Very different, because the thing is, I got into this space 2010 and I talked about it, but I didn't really live in it, and it's really exploded. And part of, building your brand, going back to this with Apple, is you have to have people who are attuned to this brand. Let's say I'm partially an Apple head, and I'm also Team Samsung, because I am not brand agnostic. I'm brand agnostic. If it works, it works. This works for a lot of stuff that I'm doing with Google. This works for a lot of stuff that I'm doing in the Apple ecosphere. But once again, the brands. Hold on. How you set up these brands is very important. So you get into your research and you figure out who out there is going to like what you present. Let's say University of Alabama Roll Tide. I am very much a fan. I'll pretty much buy most of the stuff that comes out. And all you have to do is slap an Alabama signal on it, a patch or something, and I'm there, right? So part of the branding experience is you find a tribe, you find a group of people who are already attuned to what you're going to make. Let me say that again. You find a tribe, you find a group of people that are already in tune to what you're going to make. Because essentially, going back to this example, someone finds this, they make it, and then they try to sell it, and they find it to be very challenging, and to be very hard, to be very difficult. But part of doing these things and setting these things up, it requires a great deal of research. Because, like I said, Digital Citizen is one brand that I'm going to release. I'm going to release another YouTube brand, and I'm going to release another. For those of you who are in the YouTube course, you get to see me as I drop all that. Because it's better to demonstrate it than to just talk about it. And you'll see this channel really grow in 2018. I wouldn't be surprised if Digital Citizen gets more subscribers than this channel in mere months. Wouldn't be surprised at all. And that's part of the audience research that you do. Plus, I got a whole different plan on doing that. Now, once you do all of this stuff, the brand identity, the brand research, then the sales process becomes very simple. It becomes easy because you're just presenting something that is already in tune to the person who will buy it. It's just that. But the thing is, the research is hard. It's really, really hard. It takes a lot of time. We've got this article coming out on Ripple, and Belinda and I are both a little confused, and that's just part of the fun because for say you wanted to start a car wash and you had a goal of making $2,000 a day with your detail shop. You could go mass market, which is really just, hey, if you're there, they need their car washed, they pull in. Or you can go high end, where people who care a lot about their cars, who think nothing of spending $500 to have it waxed and detailed, because that's going to keep the value of the car high. It's going to protect the coat of paint. So you like, okay, you could literally create a detail company that details nothing but Ferraris. You could call it supercar detail. We will baby your supercar. That's it. Because there's a whole different class of people. Someone who is spending $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, or in the case of a Bugatti, $3 million for a car, is not going to nut up at $1,000 for a detail. They're not. They're like, okay. So that's once again about marketing, segmentation, and knowing who is your customer. It's really, really deep. That's so funny. What's up, Johnny Walton? What's up, Archangel? What's good? What's up, Health Before Wealth, Cliff Peters? Thanks, Souls. Baruch. What do you mean there is no sound? There should be. Oh, there is sound on that. What are you talking about? There should be. That is so crazy. Oh, well. Okay, I don't understand it. No, I'm not restarting it. I'll just do it over. All right. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so let's go back. I'll do that later. You've been missing a lot of live streams. That's funny. All right. Let's see. So let's see what parts were not in this. What parts were missing? We'll do that later. Okay. So let's see, where do we go from here? Because I don't know how much you guys missed, and I'm not going to start it over because you can't start it over. What I will do is talk about, you heard most of the talk about the branding, right? Yes and no. I want to figure that out. Let's see. All right. Let's see. How long is this? It's been. All right. What I'm going to do is just get into this because this will be crazy. All right. Part of the live training that's going to be next week. Today is Wednesday, which means if you want to be part of the live training, you need to confirm no later than this Friday. Part of what I'm going to do is, let's just get into this. I've made this special offer because it's Christmas time of, whoa. Wrong thing. My bad. Here we go. That was the wrong thing. So, DMing for fun and profits and how to make and close a sale. What we're going to do, and I haven't put it in here, is we're going to talk about building a brand, then creating a sales process, and then doing your LLCs and all this other stuff where it makes more sense. Now, for those of you who just want the brand building stuff, and actually, let me go in here and change that while I'm thinking about it. Because, let's see, we can go new section, building a brand from scratch. Because this is what I'm going to talk about during the live section, the live training. So, we're going to put this up top. All right, well, we're going to try to get it up top. Hold on a second. It's not working with me. All right, there we go. And okay, there we go. Good Lord. That's just ridiculous. Let's see. What is a brand? That's spelling kind of crazy. Oh, all right. There we go. What is a brand? Check that. New lecture. Designing your brand. Check that. New lecture. Creating marketing pieces as you develop your brand. And this is going to be very, very important. So let's see. Let's go back. There we go. So what is a brand? Designing your brand, creating marketing pieces. There'll be some more stuff. So for those of you who want DMing for fun and profit, I'm not going to change the name. I'm just going to add this because this makes more sense. Because let's say you're DMing someone and you are coming across with some kind of message. Because let me give you a story. Once you develop your brand identity, then when you DM someone, you will know if they're the appropriate person to DM. Let's go back to this case. You go to this case, right? And there's no brand. It's just a brown leather case. And it's very hard to sell. It's very hard to DM people. It's very hard to create marketing. But since this is an Apple case, and then you go to the Apple chat boards and you find Apple people and you say, oh, this person likes Apple. Well, let me go ahead and DM him or her. And you're going to have a greater chance of success because they already like the product. But when you're just doing a cold launch, no one knows what the product is. No one likes the product. It creates a lot of challenges for you to make that sale. Like a lot. And I'll be more cohesive in thinking. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Good. Yeah, that's a whole new brand. I'll talk about that later. Chiropractic injury doctor. How do you determine your marketing budget? For example, you're doing 30K a month now and want to expand your business as far as locations. Should I work on the brand or grow first to reach 1 million a year? Well, if you're already doing 30K a month, you already have a brand, whether you know it or not. And also, how much of that 30K a month is profit? How much of that money can be put toward marketing? I would say 50% of whatever you can. Should business spend money to be ranked in Google top searches? It kind of depends. Are you in a service-based business where everybody's looking? Yeah, because one of the reasons that I have done this way is I knew that there was a lot of stuff I was going to miss because I know in my head what I should do. But as I build it out, I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, you got to do the branding first. And excuse me, I'm just full of issues tonight. Part of creating the brand is finding the demographic that you want to sell to. Like, let's say you want to create skateboards, and then this is something I looked into. Part of the issue with the skateboard market is I'm not a skateboarder. I don't want to be a skateboarder. I kind of like the culture. I think it's kind of cool, but so it just really did not work out. That should be something else too in creating your brand. You should really, really like it. Um, the brands I'm releasing, I like. I have a strong interest in everything, and I could tell like it's doing much better than some of the other channels that I created because part of doing the content marketing for your brand, you gotta have a lot of content. You got to, and that's just how it is right now. So, all right, let's go back to this. Make sure, let me get out of that. That's not where I want to be. We will be talking about that later, but we will go here. All right, so building a brand from scratch, I'm going to give you the basics. So when you create your brand pieces, like for my other channel, I'm going to instantly create a t-shirt. And this is going to be real simple. And I'm probably going to maybe give it out. I'm not sure yet. But you have to do something that is different, that other people are not doing, or you have to do what they're doing. You have to do it better. So there's a lot of pieces to that. All right, so let's go down to, let's go to the sales page. Let's go to preview. So for those of you who are interested in just, DM me for fun and profit, how to make it close to sale, building a brand, all of this is going to be here. And it's a, pre-Christmas spell. It's $4.95 for those of you who want to get into it. The link is directly under the video. So I will start working on that tomorrow. I mean, I've been sick, so I have not really been on this stuff. Trying to find a niche in photography sales to build a marketing strategy plan in January. Okay. What's up, Cartel? What's up, Mika? That's a whole nother video, Jasmine. For those of you who need a little help, those of you who are, let me see. Let me go ahead and show you the appropriate playlist that you should be part of. Can't do that. That really sucks. That all right. So here are the playlists. If you want to improve your credit, hit this one. And business advice for beginners. Let's see. Got that one. And then let's see what you got here. And you have this one. So that should hook you up for those of you who are needing additional assistance. All right, so should be back. All right, there we go. Always work with your existing customers first. You can learn a lot about them from them to get new customers. Always deal with your existing customers. Like right now, I've been making a lot of sales without spending any money or spending very little money because I've been focusing on the needs of existing customers. So that's where you want to start first. Definitely want to start there. Get rid of that. All right. So this stream has been kind of crazy. So for those of you who need help branding, putting together your stuff, I have this for you. And once again, let me go behind the scenes because you will not be able to see it unless, once I put some stuff there. DM me for Fun and Profit. It's going to teach you what the end result's going to be is after you go through this course, you'll be able to brand yourself and create direct response messages to make some money as fast as possible. That's the gist. And for those of you who are coming to the live training, this will be day one. This is what we're going to be talking about. Branding, the science of direct response, the offer, and then we're going to get to the LLC and all this stuff on day 2. So that's how it's going to go down. All of the link for that is below the video, plus some other stuff that you may or may not need. Just depend upon your situation and who you are and where you fit in. All right, I'm going to shut this stream down. You have your information. You have your marching orders. Hopefully, I will be back in the morning doing better because I think I need some hot tea. So I will see you folks, I think, if I can get in there. I will see you later. Probably around 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll be talking about some other aspects of this. So for that, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to give me your number. All of this information is below the video. And I'll see you good people later.